As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Longhorns will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Aggies offense will start this game off. The Lone Star State has a ton of rivalries, but this one outshines all the rest.
Yeah, the three of us have had an opportunity to call this game in the past, and you can just feel the tradition when these two teams take the field, right, David? You got the 12th man, you got Bevo. This is special.
You got one side that thinks they're way better than the other side thinks they're way better. I'll let you decide which one picks which, but every year, no love lost.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Got it set up on the outside. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Tight end getting vertical. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy, making it accurate.
And the draw play, it's about looking over here, look for pass, and then slipping it in real quick. Defense, too quick getting in the backfield, caging that ball, making it stay in the middle of the field, getting the big TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air. It's Curry. Dumps it to the back. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Really nice job by the running back setting up that angle route. He's making it look like he's running to the flat, and then he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back across the defender's face, and makes himself an easy target for the quarterback.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Going for the big play. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He's going to pass. Unloads to the right. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. 2nd and 10 here. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the stop to that return. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Aggies sawed varsity's horns off the last time they faced Texas.
Yes, they did, and they gave it to them. And a lot of A&M fans throwing the horns down, disrespecting Texas fans. Texas has had a little bit to think about that, Palmer.
It's helped Texas A&M on the recruiting trail this offseason.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback has got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So Reese with that drop.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Got his man quickly. Got room at the 35. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to a 27.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Now on 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 20. Attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Unloads it downfield. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Toss to the outside. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, the defense had the...
Second down.
Ball on there. Offense trying to go toss into the back. Defense dialed up the corner blitz. Perfect play for the perfect moment to get the tackle for loss.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Using the quick game. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And that's the look in man coverage you can throw the hitch route against, right? When the receiver's got a little bit of access, so he's got some room to work with. Against press, you're risking a pick 6. So good decision there by the Q, knowing that was a good look to throw in there.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. The coverage team was down there to correct.
Texas
And they'll mark it at the 39. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Had to throw it before he wanted. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Special teams coming through. Back, they'll mark it dead at the 10. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll leave it with him. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Extra point.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. Pulls it in on the left. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Aggies!
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down, it's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
PAT unit on the field. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes with a quick strike up top, covering 79 yards. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kick this one away. Texas.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 35, he's got room. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So they'll try to get it going in the right direction this time. 2nd and long from the 19. Trying to impose their will with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays. Now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking deep. Makes the grab on the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. The give from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Gets it out quickly. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. And the Longhorns are on the move. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the tackler. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Running back goes in motion. On third down, he drops to throw. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the gun. Caught behind the line. It's Barco. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
It's now second and goal.
Looking to pass on second down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas 35. Texas A&M 7.
Coming out with it, it's Owens. He stopped short of the 20
At the 19.
and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
Take over. First and 10.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a
Going for the big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the... bodies blocking smaller guys.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
1st down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes weren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more.
Out at the 20.
That they get him on the ground at the 20.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to take a shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, think of all the big-time players who've been a part of this game, and we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional duel between the Longhorns and the Aggies. And let's be honest, the story of that first half has been the play of that dude under center. Talk about having complete control of that offense. Cool, calm, and collected in that pocket. He's delivered one throw after another with precision and zip. He's checked down, he's hit on the deep ball. All in all, a very impressive first half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Texas A&M and Texas plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started.
Texas.
Bringing it out. That gamble did not pay off as they... 12-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. A strike downfield. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the 49. Brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12.
2nd down coming up.
He's looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. With the catch, it's Barco. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Quarterback on the keeper. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
Texas.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Mancuso.
The returner is
Rolling the...
down at the 30.
Get out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The give to the back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying to beat him to the left. Discards a man. They opened the lane and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
The give to the fullback. And the Aggies will have a first down.
And you give it to the big boy. I like that. Those guys are really stout. They're usually not very tall, thick as can be, used to hitting linebackers. That's what they chew on linebackers for a living. I love when you give them the football, they lower their shoulder and get that first down for you.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds the tight end. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
The give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Texas A&M.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run the toss. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
Give to the big fullback. The Aggies will keep this drive going.
Fullbacks are a dying breed, but when you see them, it just reminds you of the big old neck roll, just huge, stout fire plugs that you don't want to hit. But on short yardage situations, occasionally, you give the big boy the ball. There is no juke button. There is no speed burst. It is all power down your throat, hitting you and falling forward and getting that first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The throw. It's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT.
Is good. That makes the score. Texas.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
Out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he's...
Texas Longhorns.
Here comes the Texas offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push-up.
He's loose. The 30. The 10. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Catch in the middle, it's Sparko. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Facing a third down and short from the 26. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. Horns are up, and the eyes of Texas are focused on building the lead against the Aggies.
And the Horns are capturing this momentum. Listen, a lot of angst, a lot of nervousness early in the game, Palmer, but now Texas in this rivalry game taking over.
Yeah, you're right. Hook them right now. They're just enforcing their will in this game. They're the more physical team at this point. Texas A&M, they've got an uphill battle here.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Texas A&M, 14.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know it.
At the 14.
It's every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M has it back in the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Out of the gun to give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hurley. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Toss to the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Two minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. To the ground. He's got it again. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy 2nd down situations with some positive runs on 1st down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that run play.
He's taking the shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Sent it downfield. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
How about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Time is short. Defense still has 3 timeouts, but it's a mountain in front of them, Jesse.
Yeah, the worst-case scenario now for this offense is victory formation, victory formation, victory formation, punt, win the game.
No doubt about it. When you're up 2+ possessions, there's no way for the defense to get back in the game. So take a knee, get out of here with the dub.
Line getting set on second down. On the ground, it's Barco. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats, and you take the rankings, and you take the records, and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means so much in sports. Who's motivated for these games? So you do get up. It does become a good game, even when it's not a good game on paper.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.